What is up, my movie fanatics, and welcome to my complete Stephen King collection. I have been waiting all month to do this video. I'm so excited. I actually have a ton to show you guys. I'm going to be showing you my books, my Funko Pops, memorabilia, posters, of course the DVDs, Blu-rays, anything that I have that is related to Stephen King, I'm going to be showing off in this video. I don't want to waste any time because I have a lot to show you, but I do want to thank everybody that has done a video this month for Stephen King September. It was a great success. Guys, don't forget to check out the playlist if you haven't seen any of everybody else's videos. They are awesome videos. Everybody did a little bit of everything and it turned out great, so thank you for everyone who participated in the month. It really means a lot to me. And you know what? I'm done wasting time. Let's jump right into it. So first I want to show you guys all of my memorabilia. I'm going to start with posters first. I actually have a few to show you. This first one here I got at a convention. And you guys are going to see most of my memorabilia is It related or Pennywise related because I love Pennywise. He's my favorite horror icon. I can never have enough of them. So the first thing I have to show you now, this glare is going to be terrible, I'm going to tell you that right now, is this It poster. The reason why I picked it up was because of, it was on this super glossy foil metal, it's not metal, but I don't know what the technical term is, but it's just your classic It poster. Sorry for the terrible glare. I know it's going to happen, but hope you guys, I'll try to move it the best. There we go. Hopefully you guys can see it there really well. But that is my It poster. Next up, I got this print at Scarefest last year. This is hands down one of my favorite pieces of my collection, and that is this awesome Pennywise print. The classic battery acid face, and if you guys look here on the balloons, we all float down here. I love it. Let me get you guys a closer look at that. Gorgeous print. I want to say it was like 10 bucks. It wasn't expensive at all. I got it at Scarefest, and it was really hard at the time to find Pennywise merch, so anything that I found I totally snagged and grabbed it. And this, I also like how it's horizontal versus vertical, because you see most of the posters are vertical. I don't know, I'm weird, but yes, that is my battery acid Pennywise face. Next up here we have a Scream Factory poster. I ordered this movie just for this poster, and that is the Firestarter poster. You guys, I'm going, you're not going to be able to see me here, but there it is for you. Absolutely love this poster. Love the new commission artwork. It's gorgeous. I love this Scream Factory posters, so will most likely be ordering Misery through them too to get their poster because I always like the new commission artwork a lot. And last of the pictures and posters is something that I found actually at a local convention, and it came just like this already framed. And I thought this was really, really cool. You don't see things like this. And this is a picture of the staff of the Overlook Hotel from The Shining. And this is the exact picture that you guys see at the end. The quality is insane. I'm going to get pretty close for you guys there so you can see. I mean, it looks like an old photo. I have no idea how they did this. I don't know if they took it. From what I heard, what the gentleman was telling me who sold it to me is he has a friend that takes these pictures from the actual movie themselves and then, you know, photoshops them and remasters them to make them look authentic. But it was super cheap. I couldn't say no to it. And it's something super unique, and I love the Overlook Hotel. I love The Shining, so why not have it, right? Moving along, I got some magnets I want to show you guys. I got this one in another convention. It was like $2. It was Pennywise. It's very simple. It's from the, you know, the original poster. Why not, man? Look, it's just cute little magnet. I figured I'd just hang it up to go with my Pennywise stuff. As I said, there wasn't a lot of Pennywise stuff. You know, I didn't see any of it really. You know, so anytime I saw any Pennywise merch, I would pick it up. I also picked this one up at the same convention, and that is Pennywise the Dancing Clown. These magnets are surprisingly strong, which they're really cool. I love this. Love it a lot. It kind of reminds me of something that would be on a shirt, or even like one of those big banners from like classic circuses that you would see. But yeah, you got Pennywise the Dancing Clown. One night only, October 31st. It's such a cool little magnet. These two were given to me from Dan from Reject Filmz. He picked these up at a convention, and these are awesome. I absolutely love these. They go right next to my Pennywise ones. First one, we have Pennywise here when he's coming out of the grave. Love that face. You can see the horror of Pennywise, and this is the one that always used to freak me out because of his teeth and just the way he was looking. And I don't know, I've always loved this, him coming out of the grave and talking to Bill. So, awesome, awesome magnet. The other one he sent me are the twins from The Shining. Absolutely love this magnet. I've never seen anything like this one before. I mean, and I always go for the magnets because they're cheap. They have millions of them, and you know, usually they have specials, so I'm really glad to have this one. So thank you so much, Reject Films, you're the man for sending this to me. Really do love this magnet a lot. Some more Pennywise merchandise. I just picked this up not too long ago, and that is this awesome Funko plushie of Pennywise, which apparently I picked this up at GameStop. It's the Funko horror plushies. I don't know if you guys can see that, but they had him, they had Michael Myers, they had Jason, and I think that's all they had there. I think they make a Pinhead as well, but I looked this up online. Apparently it's hard to come by now, so I'm really glad to have this Pennywise. Just, I love the face. It's so like creepy looking, and hey, it's classic Pennywise. I'm not going to say no to a plushie either. It's great. My good friend Blu-ray Lantern, you guys have heard me talk about him many times on this channel, actually made this for me, and this thing is so cool. It is 8-bit Pennywise. There it is. So cool. He has like the Mega Man stance. Absolutely love this. This is so cool. He makes all, guys, you gotta go check out his channel and all his art. I mean, actually, check out his Instagram. That's where he posts most of his art. Fantastic. He does all kind of arts with it. He's done thousands of anything you can think of. He's done Jason Mask, Michael Myers, Zell, like he does video game stuff. It's really cool. I'll leave a link to his Instagram below. But very cool. Love this Pennywise. And last but not least of the Pennywise merchandise, this is something I found actually at Gatlinburg at the Wax Museum. Never seen anything like this. They had a ton of lunch boxes, and I have a thing for lunch boxes. Don't ask me why, I don't know. But when I saw this, I had to scoop it up. I didn't care how much it cost. And it is this amazing lunchbox. But wait, guys, it gets so much better. So there's the front for you, and then the back, it has a completely different piece of art there with Pennywise, you know, doing the classic showing his teeth from the beginning there, from the opening scene. I absolutely love that. That terrifies me. So sometimes I have to turn it on. And then the sides, look at that. They have Pennywise I mean, they really put some amazing detail in this thing. And then the same with the other side. It's the same exact Pennywise. And then up top here, I don't know how well you guys are going to be able to see this, but he actually have Pennywise like doing the old, he's leaning on his hand there. Hope you guys can see that well. So cool. Oh, and then on the bottom here, on the bottom, which I totally forgot, you got Pennywise with the moon. So I mean, I paid 20 bucks for it, but hey, it was totally worth every penny. Absolutely love this lunchbox. I've never seen anything like it. Such a unique piece. So I go nuts every time I see this. So, but I love it. Absolutely love it. Since we did merchandise, I might as well show you guys my Funko Pops. I have the original Tim Curry Pennywise, which I had to get this. I got this down in Tennessee at Hastings before they closed, and this means so much to me. I wanted this pop more than any pop for the longest time, and I couldn't order it anywhere because it was hard to find even back then. So I've had this one for a while, but never took him out of the box. I love this. I love the stance. I love the teeth. I love everything about this pop. Just it's one of my prized possession pops. And this is my other prized possession pop. And then of course I had to get the new Pennywise, which, holy crap, this thing was so hard. I didn't know it was going to be this popular. I ordered this on Amazon, and I paid, you know, what, 12 bucks, what's the normal price of a Funko Pop nowadays. And this is just the one with the boat. And I was shocked to see, because I wanted to, I mean, they had so many exclusives. There's an FYE coming out. They have the Hot Topic when he's holding the balloon. They have the Walmart exclusive from the projector scene with the wig and like the hair in his face. I would love to have them all, but I'm just so lucky to have this one because everything else is so hard to find, and it's going for a ridiculous amount of money. So really glad to have both of the Pennywises. These things mean a lot to me, so absolutely love both of these pops. Let's jump right into books. I don't have a lot of his books. To be honest with you guys, I'm not the biggest reader. If it's anybody I am going to read, it's going to be Stephen King, because he's one of the few authors that can actually lock me into a book and keep me interested. I'm more of the comic book reader. I like short stories with pictures. I know I'm a child, but every one of his books that I've ever read, I've been locked into and I love them, but I'm slowly building my book collection, slowly. First one we have here is Thinner. Got this at Half Price Books. This was in really good shape. I mean, if you guys look at the spine here, all you book people out there, there's no creases in it, so I'm wondering if it was even red. I don't think it was red. And if you guys see here, this is writing is Richard Bachman, And I did a little bit of research on this because I've seen a few of his books that have Richard Bachman on it. Richard Bachman was his pseudonym way back when. And back in the old days, because reading was the #1 source of entertainment, I mean, they didn't have television and stuff, you could only produce one book a year. And this is what I read. I could be wrong on some of this, so don't hold me to it, but just trying to tell you what I read. And in order to release multiple books a year, you had to go under pen names or pseudonyms. And Richard Bachman was Stephen King's book. What's great about this book is he did the Bachman books, and he wrote thinner. One of the local people that was selling, or that was a bookstore keeper, read thinner and realized that it wasn't Richard Bachman who wrote this, it was Stephen King. Basically called him out on his pen name, and that's how the name Richard Bachman died, so to speak. And so this was his last book written as Richard Bachman. And very interesting, that's why you have Stephen King as writing as, because this is a newer release of the book. Next up we have The Green Mile. And I'm getting to these guys, I'm reading them. I'm actually currently reading one, I'll get to in a minute, I'll show you guys. But like I said, when I find these super cheap, I'm not going to say no to them. Love The Green Mile. Fantastic story, by the way. I mean, the movie is spectacular. I can't imagine how the book is, because we all know the books are always better. My very first Stephen King book that I'm going to be rereading here very soon. I read this so much that I couldn't put it down, and that is Pet Sematary. I mean, this book is beat the hell, you guys. And I know some of you book guys out there are like, what? What, are you crazy for beating that up? I mean, I took this book everywhere. I read it. Fantastic book. Scared the living crap out of me. Look, I got another piece there falling off. Scared the living crap out of me. Love this artwork too. Love Church there. Fantastic book, guys. If you're going to read any of his books, highly recommend Pet Sematary. Moving on to his short stories, I really like these because they're quick, easy, to the point. That's just my style of reading. So I picked this up about 2 weeks ago, and that is Everything's Eventual, and it has 14 of his tales in it. And I picked this one up for, there's a couple stories in here that I picked this up for because I've been wanting to read them. I just honestly didn't know that they were short stories because I'm still, every day I'm learning more and more about Stephen King. So I picked this up for, let's see what's in this one. Oh, okay, 1408, Riding the Bullet, and Lunch at Gotham's Cafe. I heard that that's a really good story, so I also picked that up for that one too. But yeah, those, picked them up mainly for 1408 and Riding the Bullet. So very cool to have this, and these are just, like I said, they're short, sweet, to the point. I like to read them on like my lunch break at work or whatever. Some more short stories here. We have Different Seasons. Now this has 4 stories in it, and I picked it up for Rita Hayworth and the Shawshank Redemption. It also has Apt Pupil, The Body, which I was super excited to see that it had this, and The Breathing Method. So I picked this up for Shawshank Redemption, the Apt Pupil, and The Body. Cannot wait to read The Body. Everyone says it's awesome, and I'm really interested in the Shawshank Redemption as well to see how it really differs from the movie, because as you guys know, that's my favorite Stephen King movie of all time. Moving along to hardback books, I have Cujo. This one didn't come with the art or the cover. I'm not a book reader. I don't know what it's called. I'm sorry. But I got this at Goodwill for $1, so why wouldn't I pick it up? I'm actually currently reading it right now. I'm almost done with it, and this book is fan-freaking-tastic. It's so much better than the movie. I mean, I love the movie, don't get me wrong, but this book is fan-freaking-tastic. Next up, we have Misery. I picked this up for the sole fact that I know that this book is going to be more gruesome than the movie, and the movie is so well done. I absolutely love Kathy Bates in it, but I want to see what Annie is like in the book and how psychotic she really is, because you know he goes into more depth and detail on how crazy she is, and I can't wait to read that. Look at his picture, guys, by the way. Look at it, he looks so serious on the back here. That's great. Next up, we have Needful Things. I heard a lot of interesting things about this book, and the thing that caught my eye mostly was because it's the last Castle Rock story. There's a lot of his stories that take place, actually Cujo being one of them, in Castle Rock. So I want to know, like, what happens in Castle Rock. There's a lot of paranormal things that happen in there, so I really want to read this book, and I'm, once again, got it at Goodwill, just trying to build up my book collection, and like I said, I'll get around to reading it. It's just, I'm a slow reader. And last of the books, no Stephen King collection would be complete without it. I got this. I couldn't believe it. I actually picked this up at Goodwill. I couldn't believe it. I paid $1 for it. Now, you want to talk about a thick book. This has well over 1,000 pages. I don't even know when this print... I know they re-released it with the really cool new artwork from the new movie, and I absolutely love that artwork on it. But one little problem with this book, I read probably the first 100 pages in it, but I have pretty good sight, but for some weird reason when I read this, I was straining my eyes because the print is so little. So I was really excited to have this book, but I was straining my eyes when I was reading it, so there I had to fix that. So I ended up getting the hardback book, and with much bigger print. I mean, I know. I didn't want to strain my eyes, and there's a lot to read with this book. Plus, too, I wanted to have the hardback for... to have on the shelf. I mean, I love this artwork. This is the iconic art. And, I mean, what Stephen King collection is not complete without it? So I actually have 2 copies of the book, but I'm not complaining because if somebody wants to borrow it, they could just take the paperback book. And because this one's not leaving my shelf or my hands, because this is one of my prized possession books. Okay, now the moment y'all been waiting for. Let's move on to the VHSs, the DVDs, and the Blu-rays. I actually have 2 VHSs, and you guys ain't gonna believe this, but me and Jesse are starting to move here. We started packing stuff up, and I actually packed the one VHS up by mistake with my other VHSs. But shout out to Matt the Horror Adonis for sending me the Carrie VHS. I will throw that up there for you guys as a picture. I do have that one. It's just packed at the moment. So the VHS that I have to show you today is, you guys shouldn't be surprised, is It. I watch this VHS all the time. This is not my original VHS. This was one that I used to have just like it as a kid. I wore this thing out, and it's 2 tapes, as you guys can see. And I always used to remember being like super comfortable and watching part 1, and then it would be like, please insert tape 2. And it always, you know, but I actually got this at the flea market. Super cheap. I only paid like $1 or $2 for it. It's in really good shape. I mean, there's some staining on the case there, but I mean, nothing's perfect. What can you really do about it? I'm just really glad to have it. It just sits on my shelf anyway, so I had to have this. So moving along to DVDs, there's actually going to be some DVDs in here that I haven't shown off yet. They'll be in my next update as well. So you're actually getting kind of a sneak peek into my September update. Just wanted to throw that out there. But first up here we have Dolores Claiborne. I watched as many of these movies as I possibly could. My mom talks highly of this movie. She says it's one of her favorite. Kathy Bates does it again, you guys. The woman is phenomenal. She's a hell of an actress. It's a fantastic movie. Highly recommend this one if you guys haven't seen it. Next up, we have Nightmare and Dreamscapes. Now, this, I had actually a really funny story for you guys. I actually have a list, and I will show you guys at the end there, my list of all of his movies, TV shows, all that stuff. But this was on there, and when I ordered it from eBay, I didn't realize that it was 8 stories. So I actually ordered like disc 2 when this is a 3-disc set. So this has a lot of good stories, and let me read them to you real quick just to give you an idea which stories are on here. But yes, this is a great set. I will be watching this soon. This is one that I didn't get to. So this is what they look like. They're just in these nice little thin cases here. They're DVDs. And you know what? I'm going to show you guys the back here because you can get a better idea of what's on there. So here is disc 1. Has its own case. You guys can pause it whenever and check those out. And now disc 2, they don't have like the artwork there. They have disc 2 and disc 3. So here's disc 2 for you. A few of the stories on there. Once again, you can pause it, read them. Sure, these are good. If you guys know anything about these, let me know. Like I said, I haven't got around to checking these out yet. And you guys can pause this one as well. I'm actually really excited to check these out. But I kind of want to like marathon these and watch them, you know, over like a night or 2. Picked this one up at the exchange super cheap and got super lucky because it is harder to come by, and that is Rose Red. Now, I didn't watch this one because his longer movies, this is 254 minutes. So some of his longer movies I didn't get to yet. And that's why. I want to watch them. I'll be watching them, you know, October. I'm going to slowly watch my entire collection of the movies that I haven't seen yet. But I'm really excited. Heard a lot of great things about this one. If you guys have seen Rose Red, let me know what you guys think of it. This is one of my prized possessions now in my collection. This is one of the harder movies to find. And thank you so much, Blu-ray Lantern, for sending it to me, hooking me up. You are the man. Link will be in the description below, you guys. And he sent me the Night Flyer. This is really hard to find. It's out of print. It's an old snapback case, as you guys can see. Fun, fantastic movie, guys. I cannot, if you guys know I love creature features and things like that, so this is right up my alley. I'm very lucky to have this in the collection. Yeah, so if anybody has the Night Flyer, hold on to it. Don't get rid of it because it does go for a lot. It's a fantastic movie, you guys. Highly recommend it. Very fun movie. One that I just ordered from eBay about a week ago, and that is Tales from the Dark Side, the movie. As you guys can tell, I haven't watched it. Still in the cellophane, but really excited to check this one out. I'm pretty sure. Is there somebody in here that I remember reading? Oh yeah, Julianne Moore and Steve Buscemi. I got real excited to see their names, so I was like, oh yeah, a young Steve Buscemi and a younger Julianne Moore, who I absolutely idolize. Can't wait to check that one out. Here you guys. You can check out the back, pause it. Let me know what you guys think if you've seen this one. Next up here we have Hearts in Atlantis with Anthony Hopkins. Haven't watched this one yet either. I don't think it's a long movie from what I remember. Like I said, I've watched so many recently that I just couldn't get couldn't get around to some of these, but heard a lot of people talk about this one. I'm actually really excited about this movie because I love Anthony Hopkins. So hopefully I have this watched before my next movie update so I can show you guys what I thought of this movie. These next two I picked up at FYE, and I know it's because of the fall seasons rolling around, and I couldn't be more excited. These two I've been looking for since I started collecting Stephen King movies and really trying to build up my collection. First up here is the I can't pronounce the word. I'm not even going to try. Langolorals. I can't pronounce it. Me and Jess actually call it the L word. Somebody give me the phonetics in the comments below. Fun fact for you guys, I actually have a fear of planes. I've never been in a plane, and to know that this one's about a bunch of these passengers on a plane that have been ripped through the dimension into another universe. Is it a universe? Slip through a rip in the fabric of the universe. So, really cool to watch this one. As you can see, this one's still wrapped, but I paid $10 for it, which I was okay with. I was okay with Stephen King movies. I'll go ahead and pay a little bit more because they're Stephen King. Yeah, this movie is 3 hours long, so that explains also why I didn't get around to it either, but can't wait to check this one out. Now, because I bought the L word, that just sounds so wrong. Because I bought the Langolorals, I got the stand for $5, and I was so excited. Now, fun fact for you guys, I did not realize this. I thought The Green Mile was long, Shawshank Redemption was long, but this movie has to be his longest movie. It is 5 hours and 59 minutes, so 6 hours long. I will watch this, and I might even do a review on this during sometime in October. But 6 hours is a rainy Sunday right there. I mean, I'm going to need a full rainy Sunday. So, but I mean, a post-apocalyptic movie, you count me in. I heard a lot of mixed opinions about the book. I wouldn't mind reading the book, but the book is thicker than it, I believe. But yeah, I cannot wait to check this one out. Moving along, we have Golden Years. Haven't watched this one yet either. Been waiting to get to this one. Actually, I have this one actually really soon. This was sitting right next to my TV because I've been wanting to watch this one. Really excited to check this one out. I love the artwork to that. Reminds me of just like an 80s classic movie. I absolutely love the artwork to that. So here's the back for you guys if you want to pause and read it. Can't wait to check this one out. Now, this movie came out in 2006, and I do not know why it doesn't have a Blu-ray release. If anybody can let me know, please, that'd be great. Desperation, one of his newer movies. This is another one, but I don't know what was the runtime on this one. Like, I really was pressed for... Oh, it's only 131 minutes. It's not as long as I thought it was. Okay, so that's not bad. Heard a lot of good things about it. I watched the trailer. Looks fantastic. I can't wait to check this one out. Yeah. But if you guys have ever heard of Desperation, let me know. Like I said, it's a newer movie, so why doesn't it have a Blu-ray release? Some of his newer movies don't. I'll get to another one here in a minute. Next up, we have Riding the Bullet, awesome, fun movie, you guys. To watch this guy go on a 100-mile journey to go see his mom and to confront his demons, and just, it's very Stephen King-esque. You know, I don't want to give too much away, but absolutely love this movie. I didn't know what to expect from it, but I totally like this movie a lot. And this is another one I feel like that needs a Blu-ray release. I'm going to say that a lot with some of these, but really, really good movie. It's awesome. Except with one I used to watch all the time on television. I remember seeing this all the time. I could never pass it up. And that is Bag of Bones. Absolutely love this one too. This one has, what's his face? Pierce Brosnan in it. And I absolutely love him. He's great. Fun. I just remember watching this all the time on TV, like I said. And I don't know why I never picked it up, because when I was younger, and especially now, like during October, I remember always seeing it on TV. So I'm glad to own this one. We have another newer movie from Stephen King that does not have a Blu-ray release, and it really should, and that is Mercy. This movie is based off of the short story Grandma, which was freaking fantastic, you guys. This is on Netflix right now. If you want to check out a great Stephen King movie, I highly recommend this one. It is it's fun, it's different. If you like possession movies, it's along those lines, but with Stephen King mixed into it, about a boy and his grandma. There's more to it, but like, I don't want to give it away, but this movie blew my mind. I absolutely loved it. Freaked me the hell out. The ending freaked me the hell out. One of the longer movies that I watched that's over 4 hours, that is Storm of the Century. I haven't seen this movie in a really long time. I just literally watched this a couple days ago, and holy crap, did I absolutely love this movie. Everything about it. I love the setting. I love the snowy setting. It kind of reminds me of The Thing. I love those kind of settings in movies. I loved I thought the acting was brilliant. And the main, what we would call him, a protagonist or the villain in there is awesome. It's fantastic. He's creepy. Kind of gives you like that Buffalo, or not Buffalo Bill, which is a Hannibal Lecter feel to it. Totally love this movie, you guys. This was another one that was hard to find. I know a lot of people got it at the Blu-ray or the dump bin a few years ago, but I picked this up at the flea market. A mini-series that I didn't watch yet, but I want to really bad, because a lot of you guys, when I showed this off, reacted really well and said it's a really, really good movie, and that is the Tommyknockers, which sounds so wrong. I said that before. It sounds like a stripper name or something. Or I don't know, but I can't wait to see this one. You guys really reacted really well to this, and you said that I had to check this one out as soon as possible because it's really, really good. Next, we have this really, really, really cool DVD set that I don't remember where I picked this up at the exchange for cheap, and now it's only $10 right now at Walmart from last time I checked and saw. But it has The Dead Zone. Oh my, absolutely fantastic movie. Christopher Walken in it is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Pet Sematary, I'll talk more about that a little bit later. Silver Bullet, which is one that I really wanted to watch. Everybody says it's their favorite, one of their favorite Wolverine. Oh my god. Werewolf, there we go. Didn't get to that one. And Graveyard Shift was so much freaking fun. I'll talk more about that when I get to it in a little bit here, but I have someone I want to talk about that. But a fantastic set, and if you guys are looking for some great Stephen King movies, highly recommend this set. And last but not least, you guys shouldn't be surprised, we have the It DVD. Had this one for a really long time. I mean, look at all the staining on it. Remember buying this and being just completely thrilled to have it, because it was the upgrade of the VHS. And a funny story for you guys. When I got this, and I was like, "Oh, sweet! You know, I won't have to, you know, put two tapes in." But yeah, you have to flip the disc because it's so long. You have to flip the disc. But I mean, what haven't I said that I haven't said about it before? I absolutely love it, and it's kind of cool that I have the VHS. And moving along to Blu-ray, since we ended with the DVDs with It, we might as well start the Blu-rays with It. I put this bad boy in a red case because there's no other way to do it. I have to have this bad boy in a red case. It looks so much better. The transfer's great on this. I was really shocked. It's pretty bare bones. There's not too many special... Actually, I don't think there's any special features. It doesn't say on here. I don't remember, because I watched it twice on the Blu-ray, and I thought the transfer was really good, considering it was a made-for-TV miniseries. So, awesome. Next up, we have Cujo. Watched this one recently. Still scares the living crap out of me because, you know, Cujo's a Saint Bernard, and you would think, like, when you think of Saint Bernards, they're big, beautiful, loving dogs, and to see one go rabid and just start tearing people's throats out scares the living crap out of you. So that is Cujo. And I believe if somebody could tell me if this is out of print, this is the 25th anniversary edition. So yeah, let me know. We have Cat's Eye, awesome anthology movie, awesome anthology. The one where the guy's on a ledge and he has to walk around it was my favorite story. Drew Barrymore is in the last story and she does a fantastic job. She's really young, obviously, as you guys can tell. But all three stories are really good, but my favorite is the one with the I think it's called Ledge is what I want to say. Next up, we have Pet Sematary. Love this movie. This movie used to scare the crap out of me. The book scared the crap out of me. Absolutely love this movie. One of the hardest scenes to watch is the Gage scene at the end. You guys know what I'm talking about. If you haven't seen it, I don't want to spoil it. Very hard to watch still to this day. The scene is done so well. Love everything about this movie. It holds up really well to this day. Just fantastic. And if you guys know where I can find the slipcover to this bad boy, I know it's really hard to find, hit me up. We have John Carpenter's Christine. I've always loved this movie for the sole fact that, you know, we've seen possession movies all the time. But, you know, you didn't really see a lot of them back then. I mean, recently with Annabelle, and, I mean, you see kids, dolls, and people being possessed. But to see a vehicle that is possessed and that, you know, basically controls her owner is just awesome. I mean, the movie freaks me out. Next up, we have The Shining. Straight up classic, guys. I don't have to talk about this one. I love the setting. Love the Overlook Hotel. I think it's brilliantly shot. Stanley Kubrick did a fantastic job. Jack Nicholson, Shelley Duvall, brilliant acting in it. Just all around a fantastic movie. Next up, we have a double feature here, so you have to exclude one of them because it's not a Stephen King movie. But we have the 25th anniversary of Children of the Corn. Always been a huge fan of Children of the Corn. What's really cool about this double feature is that they come in two different discs and they have their own artwork. Another question for you guys, is this one out of print? I've heard that it is. And I know a lot of people have been asking me, am I going to get the Arrow set of Children of the Corn? Eventually. I probably will eventually just to upgrade, and I want to see if the transfer's any better. But you actually get a ton of special features on here. There's the tags kind of in the way there, but you get a ton of special features. And I have watched this, and the transfer is excellent. Absolutely, really, really good. We have the 2009 remake of Children of the Corn. This was a sci-fi movie. Not really that exciting, to be honest. It was more gruesome, more violent, more Stephen King-esque. But I couldn't really get into it. The ending, though, from what I've read, is a lot more like the story. So it's a very interesting, gruesome ending. But other than that, nothing really to bark at the moon about. You have to be a pretty hardcore Stephen King fan to really get into this one, which, like I said, I did, but I didn't. Next up, we have the import of Graveyard Shift. I'm pretty sure that's is that Spanish? Is that language Spanish? I don't know. I'm terrible with languages. Absolutely love this movie. You guys know I love creature features, and this was awesome. The use of practical effects and the main creature was just awesome. All the rats kind of gave me heebie-jeebies, and the acting in it was pretty good for the most part. It was cheesy at times, but you know, seeing these guys cleaning out this area during the graveyard shift, you know, the overnight shift was a really clever idea. It's like I said, you've heard me say it a lot of times throughout this video, but it's very Stephen King-esque, and I love it. Next up, we have Secret Window. This is one of those movies that when I turned it off, I wanted to rewatch it. That's how much I really enjoyed it. Johnny Depp's performance is so good in this movie, you guys. It's really nice to see him play a person versus like a character like Captain Jack Sparrow or the Mad Hatter or something. It's really cool to see how talented he is, and this movie is fantastic. Got this one from Blu-ray Lantern as well. As you guys can see, a lot of people have helped me build up my collection and given me great leads on where to find these, and this movie was... I didn't know what to expect, and it was absolutely amazing, and that is Sometimes They Come Back. I didn't know what to think at first. Like, I'm watching this and then I kind of got confused when the main character, the teacher, comes back and you start seeing kids from his past showing up in his classroom, and you're like, what is going on here? It doesn't make much sense. The story is just awesome, and I just loved everything about it. I don't want to give anything away because this movie is that good. Got another double feature here. We have 1408 and The Mist. The 1408 is one of Jess's favorites, from what I remember. Samuel Jackson and John Cusack. You can't go wrong with that movie. It's great. The Mist is one that I also love. I'm pretty sure that this one doesn't have the black and white edition into it, but that's okay. A lot of people say that they don't really like the ending, but it doesn't bother me. I like the weird, the obscure, and both are just fantastic movies. So this is a great pack to have. Save some space on the shelf. Next up, we got the Carrie remake with this gorgeous lenticular slipcover. A lot of people say this wasn't that good, or they weren't really fans of it. I personally really liked it. I thought Chloe Grace Moretz did a fantastic job. It reminded me of the original movie, just more modernized, and it was just, I would say the original one is more cruel. It has more cruel elements to it, I would say. I don't really know how else to word it, but I really enjoyed this one a lot. Moving along here, we have Creepshow 2. I do not have Creepshow, and you guys know I love my anthology films. I love both of these movies a lot. Shout out to Casher One for hooking me up with this one, but I don't have the first one because I was going to pick it up, but last year I remember during this time it went on sale for like $8 or something, so I'm hoping that it goes on sale again, you know, in October or very soon. But yeah, I was hoping to get it for a better price because it's like $15 right now, which is reasonable. It's very reasonable, but was hoping to, you know, now with the fall season coming around, we get it better. But as I said, love both Creepshows. They're anthology films. What more could you say about them? Next up, we have Misery with James Caan and Kathy Bates. Fantastic movie, you guys. If there's any Stephen King movie you want to check out, it's this one. If you're not really like a huge horror fan, this is more of a thriller. Kathy Bates as Annie is just, what is her last name? I can't remember Annie's last name in the movie. But it's Annie Wilkes. Fantastic movie. She plays the psychotic, clingy woman to a T. Next up here we have Thinner. I haven't seen this one in a really long time, so I had to revisit it, and let me tell you guys, absolutely loved this movie. It's a little bit slow. There's a slow burn with it, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. Once it gets going and the curse happens, I will tell you that there's a gentleman who's heavy set and he gets cursed. I'm not going to tell you why or how, but he gets cursed, and when he starts rapidly losing weight is when it really picks up. It's a fantastic movie. You guys got to check this one out. Never even heard of this movie. This is before I printed out my list, and that is A Good Marriage. Not the best, but not the worst. This movie was pretty predictable and easy to figure out. The acting was okay, but it had a lot of cliche moments, and I didn't really get into it as much as I thought I would, but not the best, not the worst. We have the Italian import here of Maxim Overdrive. Guys, first off, the soundtrack to this movie is awesome. Let me tell you something. If you're going to go into this movie, you have to remember one thing and one thing only. Go in with an open mind. This movie is fun. It's quirky. It's off the wall. It's everything that I love. This movie is actually based off the short story from Stephen King called Trucks. And they actually have that as well, too, as a DVD, which I'll be getting here soon. But Maxim Overdrive is a fantastic movie. Emilio Estevez is so much fun in it. Moving along, we have Salem's Lot. Fantastic movie. It's been a long time. I didn't get to watching this one, but a fantastic movie that I got to get to. From what I remember, I really enjoyed this one. It's a little bit longer movie, but once again, like, his movies are long, but they keep you locked in, so it's a straight-up classic. I also love that artwork a lot. What do you guys think of Salem Lot? Another double feature, we have The Green Mile. Ignore Forrest Gump, because we all know that that's not a Stephen King movie, but The Green Mile, man, it's just a very emotional movie. Tom Hanks does a brilliant job. Everybody, actually, the whole cast does a brilliant job in it. It's always really, this movie's always kicked me in the feels, and I absolutely love it. If you love prison movies, the one I highly recommend is The Green Mile. A movie that reminds me of me and my friends and how important friendship is, and how if you guys stick together with your friends, you can accomplish anything, and that is Stand By Me, 25th anniversary edition of this. Just all around, I mean, the cast is fantastic. We have Will Wheaton, River Phoenix, Corey Feldman, Jerry O'Connell, and Kiefer Sutherland. There it is. Fantastic cast. All the kids do a great job. Well, they're not any more kids, but they did a fantastic job in this movie. This is based off of the short story The Body. I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen it. It's just an all-around great story. Next up, I got two editions of my all-time favorite Stephen King movie, and that is The Shawshank Redemption. Not only is this my favorite Stephen King movie, this is my all-time favorite prison movie. I love the ending when Andy Dufresne escapes, and that whole scene on showing and how they show him how he did it. This is a great read, you guys. You know, little toilet read in there. It gives you a whole introduction, great pictures to look at, fun facts. Yeah, it's Tim Robbins and Morgan Freeman are fantastic in this movie, and if you guys haven't seen it, you're crazy. I absolutely love it. I also have the steelbook of this bad boy too. Just want to show this off for you guys. Got this one. This was one of my very first steelbooks. This Batman Begins and some of the comic book steelbooks. Love this steelbook. Moving along to Scream Factory editions, I have The Lawnmower Man. Fantastic movie, you guys. 90s fun right there. If you guys haven't seen this, I highly recommend this one. A lot of great special features. The new commission artwork's great. I'm probably going to do a complete Scream Factory collection sometime in October, so you guys will see all the reverse artwork then. But yep, that is The Lawnmower Man. We have the original Carrie. Once again, completely love this movie too. This is one that I remember watching all the time when I was a little bit younger on TV, but they would cut out the opening scene or, you know, blur most of it out if you guys know what I'm talking about. But fantastic movie. Love this artwork as well. And last up we have Firestarter. You guys knew this was coming because I had the poster for it. This is also one with Drew Barrymore. She has these psychic abilities to catch things on fire. It's a fantastic movie, you guys. If you haven't seen this or checked it out, I highly recommend it. And I cannot wait for Misery to come out. That artwork looks fantastic. And last but not least, my prized possession of my entire Stephen King collection. Something that I love more than anything, and this thing goes front and center on my shelf, and I dust it off at least once a week, and I absolutely love this movie and this steelbook, and that is It. Beautiful steelbook. I mean, look at the classic Pennywise face there, and on the back here, it's just red, represents his hair. I put my tickets in there for the new It. Figured that would be a cool thing to do, but I absolutely love this steelbook. Shout out to Culture Trini for hooking me up with this one. He had an extra copy and he made a deal with me. So fantastic steelbook, guys. Definitely hands down out of everything I have in my Stephen King collection that you guys saw today, this is my favorite. So there you have it, guys. There's my complete Stephen King collection. I know it's a long video. I do have a lot to show, but I was very excited to show all that stuff off. Once again, thank you to everyone who did a video for me for Stephen King September. It really means a lot. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to do it. And, you know, thank you to the community as a whole for everyone really getting involved with this and you know, just I got a lot of great positive feedback for it. And I really appreciate that we could do things like this that people like. So maybe in the future I'll do something else like it. So guys, if you're new to my channel and you like movies as much as I do, click that subscribe button. I'm always looking for more people to talk movies with. If you like this video and you want to see more like it, click that thumbs up. Let me know you enjoy my content. And as always, everybody, take care and happy watching.